Hey everyone, welcome to our first Easy Agent Pro podcast. This is Tyler Zey here with Easy Agent Pro, and sitting right here next to me is my partner Robert Laprice. And I'm so excited because today we're going to break down some things for you in terms of real estate marketing. And in fact, we're going to be releasing one of these every week just to make it really easy for you to consume these marketing tips, put them into action, and start getting more leads for yourself, for your business, for your team, whatever you're trying to do, whatever your goals are. So without further ado, let me introduce to you Robert Laprice. This is Robert.
Ty. I know I don't really get too much FaceTime on the blog, but I'm real excited to talk a little bit about SEO today. It should be a pretty fun talk.
Yeah, so we're gonna dive in on this first podcast into the topic of SEO. It's one of the more popular topics for realtors on our blog, the Easy Agent Pro blog, if you haven't seen it. And what we're going to dive into are three simple things realtors can do today to get a huge boost in traffic and leads.
Yeah, it's kind of a SEO is one of those topics that has a lot of misinformation behind it. Everyone kind of has their own idea as to what it is and where it fits in. Do I need links? Do I need, just really all it's trying to do is solve how do I show up in Google? How do I get people to go to my site? And how do I convert them into leads?
Yeah, I mean, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters in real estate is converting all of these abstract marketing ideas into leads so that we can grow our businesses. And so that's what we're going to try to do today is give you three simple things. Maybe you can pick one of them, or maybe you can do all three if you want to, in order to increase the number of leads you're getting. And when we're talking about SEO, for you that don't know, it stands for Search Engine Optimization. And all that really means is getting your website, your URL, your domain near the top of Google for certain searches. That's all we're trying to do. And the reason we're trying to do that is because there are like over 8 billion searches going on Google every year. And homeowners, I think the number is right now over 85% of them start their search online, and most of them go to Google first. So this is something that's really crucial for realtors to start to understand. It's not going away, it's not diminishing, it's not slowing down at all. And so it's something that you have to start becoming very familiar with if you want to stay relevant in the coming years.
Yeah, and let's just be clear before we start, guys, there isn't an instant magic bullet for SEO. You got to constantly be trying new tactics, new ways to try to show up, and you need to be tracking them. What works for one person, in a small town in middle of Nebraska, isn't going to work for someone who's in LA or New York. So you kind of gotta adjust your strategy accordingly and kind of experiment and see how your market takes to your testing.
Yeah, exactly. So the first tip that we're going to get into deals a lot with neighborhood pages and making hyper local, hyper specific pages on your real estate website. And this first tactic is actually really probably one of the better ones out there. What you're going to be doing is you're going to find a niche that exists in your community online. Here is some ideas would be like horse farm properties outside of Kansas City, or maybe just you could do relocations for the biggest company that relocates to your area, because people are going to be typing those in. You could do, what neighborhood should I live in when moving to Orange County? These are searches that people are typing in consistently on Google, and you're not going to find them on any keyword tool, but they're searches that people type in. And because you can't find them in a keyword tool, they're searches that you can easily get to the first page of Google for because there's low competition. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a neighborhood page on your website. You're going to set it up so that it has the keyword that you want in the title of it, in the URL, and then you're going to put some text on there. We recommend somewhere between 600 and 1,000 words, and maybe a video. I know a lot of you are doing video marketing. This would be a great place to put that video on your website. You can do this with, an Easy Agent Pro lead site. You can do this with a WordPress site. You can do this, Keller Williams sites. You can do this with Coldwell Banker sites. Whatever you have to work with, creating neighborhood pages is one of the best ways to get your site up there on Google for hyper niche local areas and to start getting traffic that way.
Yeah, and if you want to see the perfect example of this, head over to maxrealestateexposure.com. This is a fabulous agent. His name's Bill Gassett, and he's just dominating the Massachusetts market right now. He's pretty much just an amazing person to go get some tips from, go replicate, and go imitate what he's doing. His advice basically boils down to creating the beefiest, meatiest neighborhood page you can, and then promoting it through social, through ads, and then eventually getting that Google SEO traffic and becoming the ultimate authority for that neighborhood in your area. So when someone's searching for it, they need more information about a specific neighborhood. They're gonna put it into Google, like, what is this neighborhood? What are the best restaurants in this neighborhood? And they're going to go to that page. You're going to have it all laid out for them on a platter. Here's what you want to know about schools. Here's what you want to know about restaurants. Here's what you want to know about outdoor activities. And by the way, here's some houses that are available in the area. Let's get started with easy agent tip number 2. This is something that we get a lot of pushback on, and you're going to constantly hear us talk about it on the blog. And it really is the only effective thing and the most effective thing that you should be doing in your marketing. Start a blog. It's easy as can be to write articles about stuff you already know in your neighborhood, about restaurants, about outdoor activities, about home prices, about market trends. And you can do all this stuff without doing much research. And what's easy for you is super valuable for other people. If someone's online looking to buy a house in a specific neighborhood, they're going to be searching random terms like, what are the school systems like in XYZ neighborhood? Well, if you show up for that, there's probably not a whole lot of competition. You have the school district trying to rank for that. They're going to find your website and they're going to end up on your page. You can have calls to action. You can have neighborhood promotion. And this is how you start getting them to flow through your website.
Yeah, I mean, that's just one of the core things that we do here at our business. And I see a lot of realtors who are top producers starting to take note of this and doing it and being very, very successful at it. Like, one of the things that you can do, like, if you want to start today, is just start answering questions that you already answer in email and text over phone to people already, right? Then you don't have to worry about if this is going to work. You don't have to worry about, is this going to get you, millions and millions of dollars. What you can do is you can start writing those things down once. And then anytime someone emails you with this question, anytime someone calls you with it, you can end that conversation, save 30 minutes writing out another email, sending another text message, talking to the same person, saying the same thing over, and you can send them this blog article. It's going to help them. They're going to feel even more confident that they chose you because it's written down. It's something that's very concrete. They can consume it at their own time. They can reference it later. They can even share it with their friends. And from your perspective, you can start blogging without worrying about whether this lead generation tactic is going to work. It's going to work for you. I know that. Robert knows that. We've seen it here. We see tons of agents do it. But if you're hesitant about it at all, start like that. And it'll be something that's really motivating to you because I think you're going to see right away the time in your schedule start to shift. You don't have to have half-hour conversations about, the 12 steps to selling a home with you. Right? That can be written down and someone can go reference it time and time again. And people who aren't under contract with you can reference it. They'll find it on Google. People type weird stuff into Google all the time and find articles like this all the time. And you'll start getting those reviews and those leads coming in on a daily, weekly basis. You'll see the value of blogging and it'll reinforce itself. It's just a great tip for those people interested in starting to get more traffic and leads from Google. One of the best things that we can recommend now in 2015. So the third tip that we're going to kind of dive into now is all about video. Video SEO, if you Google nearly anything online, you can find a YouTube video showing up on the first page of Google, if not the first, the second page. You can find it's useful content for blog articles, for those neighborhood pages. You can send them out in emails. It's a great way to be found online. It's a great way to help people out online. And it's not that hard to make anymore. The standard, video device on an iPhone or that you can buy for under, let's say, $150 is really pretty fantastic. And all you have to do is do some light trimming on the beginning and end of that video, upload it to YouTube, write maybe a 4-word title and 4 sentences in the description. And it's something that over, let's say, a 2-month period, it can start to show up on Google, on Bing, on Yahoo pretty highly. This is something that you can do with your seller presentations, with your buyer presentations. You can record them, and what you'll find is that over time, people start finding this stuff. It's how the internet works. You put stuff there, it's kind of like a garden. You plant it, and then it blooms like a month later, and you weren't really watching it, but all of a sudden you have a ton of tomatoes. That's kind of how all this stuff works. And creating those videos is one of the best things you can do for your website's SEO and for just simply showing up online.
And it's a 2-for-1. The cool thing about it is every time you create one of these videos, you do a walkthrough, you do a tour of a neighborhood, you do a tour of the area, you just got a free blog post out of it. You can literally take that video, you can put it on your blog, write up a little article about it so you can get some rankings for it, and then you point that at your neighborhood pages, best Uptown Heights areas. And you're going to link that to your Uptown Heights area where it has homes for sale on it, and it's actually going to be that neighborhood page we were talking about earlier, and they're literally going to get pulled from doing a simple search inquiring about a small neighborhood, and they're going to be on your neighborhood page. They get all the information they need, and you facilitate the buyer journey. They can start looking at houses. They can start saying, oh, I love this neighborhood. This is working out for me. This is exactly what I'm looking for. It has all the schools. It has a pool. It has this. And you made it all happen fluid and linearly. You let them do a discovery process, and now they're on your site. They got all this great information from you, super valuable stuff. And who looks like more of an authority? Someone that says they're an expert in the area, or someone that writes about the area consistently and gives away tons of free information? Nine times out of 10, it's going to be the person that gives away the most valuable free information. And you build that trust, which is, that's the only reason, it's the only way you're going to have someone work with you and do business with you, is if you build up that trust. And the easiest way to do that is to create and share valuable content.
Yeah, you just can give to get, and you'll find that over time, if you do enough giving with this information you already know, it's just going to reproduce results for your business over and over again online. That's what we do with lead sites, our premier product here at Easy Agent Pro. We encourage realtors to give a lot of value. The lead sites do that automatically for you and allow you to do things like these neighborhood pages, these video tours, all this blogging in a really easy way. But it's something that you just have to start adopting and doing. Because it's the core component of growing your business for the future, is sowing your seeds online, so that when it comes time for this to be, the core component of the way you get leads, you're ready for it, and you're not trying to play catch up down the road.
And everyone says they don't have enough time to blog. They don't have enough time to make videos. They're going out there saying, "Oh, I have so many leads to follow up with. I have so many, I could do cold prospecting." Well, if you spend an hour cold prospecting, you get what? An hour's value of your time spent doing a marketing activity. Whereas if you spent an hour writing a blog post, making a video, and then promoting it online, that's never going to go away. You get hundreds of hours of value for that 1 hour. It's going to sit there online. It's going to make you look good. It's going to build your trust, and it's going to get you traffic to your site. You're going to get your website in front of more visitors easier than if you were just picking up the phone book and calling, or sending out mailers to a neighborhood, something like that. It's just infinitely more effective.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's completely what we see all industries across the internet doing online. And it's something that you really sort of have to prioritize. It's a big change, but if you prioritize it little by little, just invest maybe half hour here, an hour there, it's something where you're going to see that return. So hopefully this helps you get a bit better of a hold on what SEO, or search engine optimization, is.
And real quick before we go, guys, we just have a quick action item for you to finish this week to kind of get your feet wet with smart marketing and SEO. So the first thing you're going to do is write a 500-word blog post of the top 10 of anything in your neighborhood. It could be the top 10 restaurants in Uptown. It could be the top 10 hotels in downtown. It could be anything. Just insert your city into the article and start writing. Just get your feet wet, make a quick little video. You can throw some images in it, or you can you can just do an iPhone tour. Go drive around for a second and videotape some stuff and kind of give your 2 cents, and make sure you smile in them. This will be a nice, good task to just get started with, and start making you a little bit better and market a little smarter.
Next episode, we're going to be diving into landing pages, and that's going to talk a lot more about how we convert all this traffic into leads and getting people engaging with our business and getting people talking with us. So look out for that episode. It should be coming out next week. If you're listening to this after it airs, it should already be in the queue, episode number 2. Feel free to check us out on the blog. It's easyagentpro, all spelled out, .com/blog. You can get tons of tips. You can find article after article about SEO, about social media, free guides. You can find all these podcasts there, tons of links. Well, I'll link up everything we talked about in this article on that podcast page too, so you can see that there. This is Tyler with Easy Agent Pro and my partner Robert. Hope you gained something, a little bit of an insight about SEO through this podcast. We look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for joining us.